State Patrol. How we doing today?
Good. Name and badge number?
What's that?
Name and badge number?
Trooper Diedrich 286.
Trooper
and then a little
Diedrich.
faster. You're at 71, 72, and a 60 here, okay?
A little fast?
Yeah.
What do you... I don't understand. I'm merely traveling up the roads safely here.
Okay. All right, going a little fast. Do you have your ID on you by chance?
Is that a request or an ID? I have a name and date of birth.
That'll work. Yep, that'll work.
Am I being suspected of a crime?
You're going a little too fast with the supposed speed limit, which is 60 here.
Is that a crime?
It is a crime to go fast, yes. 72 and a 60, it's a crime.
It's a crime.
It's a violation, yes.
Is it a crime?
What's that?
Is it a criminal or civil matter?
It's a violation of the state statute.
Is it a criminal?
What's your first name, sir? We're not going to sit here and argue about that.
Well, I'm just wondering if I'm being suspected of a crime.
Speeding, yes.
So I'm being suspected of a crime.
Are we going to argue over a simple speed warning here today? Do you want to make this into a different matter? I'm confused by your...
I don't understand. If I'm not being suspected of a crime, I'm not required to ID.
You're violating state statute for a speeding violation.
Violating state statute for a speeding... Is that a crime?
Do you know the speed limit here by chance, sir?
I don't.
You're being recorded also, just so you know. So.
Okay, you got body cam there?
Yeah, it's activated.
Okay, and dash cam?
Yes.
Okay, I guess if I'm being suspected of a crime, then I will ID.
Okay.
You know.
Well, you're not going to go to jail over a speeding violation, if that's what you're asking, so.
Well, I realize that because it's not a crime, correct?
So. But it's also, you can't exceed the speed limit, which is posted at 60 miles an hour on Highway 371.
Is
right?
that a criminal code? What is the criminal code?
Well, you can be charged for not identifying yourself, sir.
I
don't want to take you to jail over that. So.
If I'm being suspected of a crime.
So I'm a state trooper. I identify myself as a state trooper with my badge number.
A law enforcement officer,
right.
Correct? Is this a...
So I'm giving you a lawful order to identify yourself for exceeding the speed limit today, correct?
That's a lawful order. Is this a no, we're just talking. I'm not refusing to identify myself. I just want to make it...
As two adults here, I'm just doing my job, and you have your right to question me and everything else. That's perfectly fine.
Do you mind if I plug my phone in?
Sure.
I'm losing battery here. Is
there an issue with you identifying yourself for exceeding the speed lit today? That's what I'm asking.
There is an issue with identifying myself because if I'm suspected of a crime, I will absolutely identify myself. Or if I'm not being suspected of a crime,
what do you classify as a crime? I'm curious.
Well, a misdemeanor or a felony.
Okay. Speeding of this at 12 over is not a misdemeanor offense. It's a petty misdemeanor offense.
So it's not criminal.
You're not going to go to jail over it, no.
Well, is it criminal or civil in nature?
Civil is different. Civil doesn't include this. This is a speeding violation. This is not a civil violation. This is a speeding violation. So you need to identify yourself, or otherwise you're going to go to jail for not identifying yourself.
Okay, so under threat of arrest, I will identify myself.
Okay.
Under threat of arrest.
You're required to provide your identification to law enforcement when asked, okay? And today you're going 12 over the speed, which is 72 and a 60.
Well, wait a minute. I don't agree with the last. If I'm suspected of a crime, then I'm required to ID. However, the only thing in the statute in the criminal code is I cannot provide a false ID.
You need to provide either your name and date of birth to the law enforcement when they ask for it, or a picture of ID card. But
if I'm suspected of a crime.
Okay. You don't want to turn this into a crime, okay? You don't want to.
So it's not a crime right now.
Right now you're looking at a petty misdemeanor speeding infraction, okay?
Which is not a crime, correct?
So it's not a crime as of right now.
It's not a crime as of right now, so why would I have to...
It's not a misdemeanor offense. You're not going to go to jail over it, but you still need to provide your identification for a speeding infraction.
Why would I be required to...
All right, sir, you're going to have to step out of the car for me, okay, at this point.
You're
not going to identify yourself to me?
Are you going to arrest me if I do not identify?
You are going to be under arrest if you don't provide your identification to law enforcement for a speeding infraction. I don't know why you want to go that route and go to jail and get fingerprinted and everything else.
Well, I'm not refusing to ID. What I'm saying is...
You haven't provided any identification when I've asked for it.
Right, but it's not a lawful order.
It is a lawful. I'm giving you a lawful order to ask for your identification. I wouldn't have pulled you over today if you weren't breaking a state statute.
It is
speeding.
It's not. You're a law enforcement officer, though. You're involved in criminal matters. I would understand if you suspect me of a crime. I will gladly identify myself.
You're suspected right now of a speeding crime. If that's how you want to word it.
So I'm suspected of a crime.
A speeding violation. So.
Which is not a crime.
Unless you want to go to jail, sir, over a speeding warning or a citation, whatever we would decide to go here, you need to identify yourself. I have you pulled over. I identified who I am as a state trooper.
Okay.
Is there an issue with that?
Yes. Is it understandable that I would not want to ID unless I'm suspected of a crime, or if I'm unlawfully threatened with arrest? I will ID. And you have actually threatened me with arrest.
You need to identify yourself, sir, or we're going to take you out of the jail and identify you at the jail.
Okay, so I will be arrested unless I ID.
Correct.
Even though I'm not suspected of a crime. Because you said
a speeding infraction is a violation of state statute.
Well, you said right now it's not a criminal matter.
It's not a misdemeanor offense. I told you that already. It's a petty misdemeanor.
But you're saying if I don't ID for a non-criminal matter, then you will turn
that'll be a misdemeanor offense.
You will turn it into a criminal matter.
I will. Yes.
Do you have the authority to do that?
I do.
You do. Yes. Under what authority?
Hold on.
See, I'm not refusing. I'm not refusing to ID.
You've been refusing since I've been here, so.
I'm not refusing to ID. I just want to know how I'm lawfully required to have to ID. Sir, if you're going to bring me to jail for refusing to it. If you're going to bring me to jail for refusing to ID, I'm going to ID.
What's your 20?
379 Conroe 2.
22.
If you're saying I'll be arrested for refusing to ID, then I will ID.
Yes, you will be arrested if you do not provide your identification on this traffic stop for speed today. Yes, you will be arrested.
Okay.
So this is your last
under threat of arrest, I will provide my name and date of birth.
Okay, that'll work. What's your first name, sir?
Matthew.
Matthew.
Hew.
Middle name?
Eric, ERIC.
And then last name?
Zinda, ZINDA.
ZIN.
D as in dog, A.
And then date of birth?
6/30/1979.
6/30/79?
Yes.
All right, you live around here then?
I don't answer questions. What was your name and badge number again?
I told you that already. It's Trooper Diedrich 286.
Trooper
Diedrich 286.
DEI.
It'll be on the paper that I gave you today. Okay. All right. Hang tight.
Okay. I don't want to get shot, folks, so I got both my hands out the car here, open hands. Do not want to get shot. I was already threatened with arrest. I was already threatened with arrest. I just don't want to get shot. So both my hands out here. The Trooper Diedrich said that it is not a criminal matter right now, but it would become one if I refuse to identify. And I'm only required to identify when I've been reasonably suspected of criminal activity. The trooper demanded my ID anyways and threatened to arrest me if I did not provide it. And I don't want to go to jail today. So, yeah, I provided my identification. Here comes the trooper. What did we...
Anyway, just give me a simple warning today. So there's no tickets for the speed today, but the speed limit's 60 on the highway out here. You should know that, okay? So just a written warning, no tickets for you today, all right? Any questions on that at all?
No questions.
All right, you're free to go.
Thank you. I'm gonna keep this thing running because keep this thing running. I'm not sure what this guy just threatened to arrest me, so. I want this guy to leave first because I don't trust him. I don't trust this guy. He just threatened to unlawfully arrest me, so I don't trust him. I was just threatened with unlawful arrest, so I don't really want him behind me. I'm not armed or dangerous. Oh, well, I was just unlawfully threatened with arrest, and I would like you to go first because I don't really trust you.
Oh, you're free to go. Take care.
Thank you. guy will not leave, man, and I don't want this guy behind me. He's backing up. He's backing up. The other direction, he backed up there. He backed up and headed out. Alright, I'm gonna keep this thing running. I'm gonna keep this thing running, guys. Folks, I'm gonna keep this thing running. I'm gonna keep this thing running, guys. I'm gonna keep it running. I'm gonna get up here to a safe spot to finish up this video here. I realize you're just looking at the roof of my automobile. Come up here to a safe location. Holy cow. That guy just, Trooper Diedrich, just threatened to arrest me after he admitted I did not commit a crime. Holy cow. Let's pull up over here. Pull up over here. I'm gonna pull up over here, folks. Along this public roadway here that's a little less busy. All right, folks, now we're sitting at Nashway Road. We were back towards Ojibwa Road. Where the heck did he write this thing out for? All right. Looks like I was issued a warning for driving over the speed limit when I didn't commit a crime. It's not a crime, people. It is not a crime. These petty misdemeanor traffic violations are not crimes. You do not have to provide ID when you did not commit a crime. Or if you are not acting in a commercial capacity and there are no passengers or cargo in my automobile, and even if there was, there'd be no way for that trooper to know it. And so I did not commit a crime. As you can see by the reaction of the trooper, he knows I didn't commit a crime. He knows he threatened me with unlawful arrest. There was sweat dripping from the guy's nose. All right, so if that's not evidence that we have a right to travel as described by the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America, under liberty, life, liberty, and property, we have the right to travel under that liberty. The courts have ruled many times that we have a right to travel, and it's considered part of our liberty under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America. I think that guy's gone now, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, share. You guys saw it. I don't really have to say much about it. You saw it. Law-abiding Minnesotan with North Central MN Press out.